is enlightenment? If whatever I say you tend to misunderstand, whatever I say you're bound to misunderstand, but let me see how to create minimum amount of misunderstanding. This is the reason why most enlightened beings never spoke, because the moment you speak, you're bound to be misunderstood. That's the reason I don't speak about any other dimension of life, I'm only talking about methods. When you get there, you will know. Now, you want to see New York City. If I go on talking about New York City, you still don't know. So I'm just trying to build a car for you. You get in and go there. When you go there, you will know what it is. Till then, whatever I speak, you're bound to perceive it in all kinds of ways. Everything that you understand, you always understand it only from what you already know. That's the basis of your understanding. That understanding is of no consequence when we're talking about a completely different dimension of life. Now, what enlightenment means for you would be, suppose you're here right now, you're in the body, but you don't belong to the body. You have a mind, but you don't belong to the mind. You have a family, you don't belong to the family. You're in the world, but you don't belong to the family, to the world. But at the same time, everything is a part of you. You're not in conflict with anything. Everything is a part of you, but you yourself don't belong to anything. How would it be? You cannot imagine, isn't it? So in terms of your experience, how would it be? Suppose you spent a lifetime without ever knowing what's fear, what's anger, what's jealousy, what's hatred, what's anxiety. You're blissful all the time, you're intoxicated all the time, at the same time you're fully alert. How would it be? Did you ever get drunk? No. Okay. All the time you got drunk, but all the time you're fully wide awake and alert. Even if you fall asleep, you're wide awake. But even if you're awake, you're still in deep sleep. Am I making some sense to you? No. So, enlightenment means you have broken the barriers of the physical. The limitations the physical has imposed upon you, you've broken that. Now, don't seek enlightenment right now, because for most people, over 90% of the people who reach that stage, the moment of enlightenment and moment of leaving the body are same. Once your energies reach such a peak, you can't hold on to the body, you'll drop the body anyway. So moment of enlightenment and moment of leaving the body are same for most people. Only somebody who knows the tricks of the body, who understands the mechanics of the body can hold on to it. Otherwise they have to employ something else to hold on to it. Because most people who attain have not gone into that kind of sadhana. They're only learning to drive the car, they're not learning how to build the car. So they cannot retain the body. They will have to play various dramas to hold on to the system. For example, you heard of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Ramakrishna is an uneducated man. That's the advantage he had. No influence of education on him. He's like a village bumpkin, but a crystallized consciousness. So he's very simple. He's very significant for United States because the first yogi who came to United States in 1895, he came to Chicago, okay. 93? 1893, Swami Vivekananda landed up in Chicago. See, he came here looking for you. And the other yogi who really made some impact in the country was Paramahamsa Yogananda. He also is a disciple of Ramakrishna's disciple. So both of them have the same lineage of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and both of them came to United States. So Ramakrishna was godlike. People saw him godlike, they worshipped him as God. Very simple man, like a villager he is. He has no education, no sophistication, simple. But he is godlike, people could not miss his divinity. But he was mad about food, crazy about food, He is talking to a group of people, his disciples. Halfway he says, "Please wait, I will come." He will run into the kitchen and ask his wife, "What's cooking today?" Sharada, his wife, was ashamed of this. How can you be like this? People see you godlike and you're mad about food. Even I am not bothered about food, why are you bothered about food? Ramakrishna would say, "That's okay, but what's cooking?" One day she really got angry with him and she said, "I am ashamed. I'm just ashamed of you the way you are. People are worshipping you like God and you are mad about food." That day he told her, "One day when you bring the thali means in India, in that part of the country, there's a large plate. In India people eat in such big plates. A large plate where food is pre-arranged and brought. Ramakrishna always sat on a swing. That is also a unique thing for India probably. We have swings which are like eight feet long, you can sleep on it and he always ate on this swing. One day when you bring the food, thali, to me, if I look away, if I don't show any interest in the food, you must know there are only 3 more days left." This happened 7 years after this incident. One day she brought the thali and he looked away. Then she immediately knew, she broke down and cried. He said, "No point crying, time is up." He just used a conscious desire for the food as a way to hold on to his body. He doesn't know any other systems of yoga to hold on. So simple method, he created a conscious desire for the food all the time. Everything else has been lost, because without desire you cannot exist in the body. Everything else has been gone. Now there is a conscious desire every day, consciously he's thinking about food all the time, just to keep himself in the system. This kind of conscious desire, you can drop it any time. When you feel it's done, you can just drop it. So, moment of enlightenment and moment of leaving will be same. So that's why we work people up to a certain point and peg them down there on the last step, so that they serve their natural course of life in a very beautiful way. And when the time comes, we can release them from that. It'll be nice to send them right now, but it'll be nice to have evolved people on the planet.
For more on Sadhguru, visit www.ishafoundation.org.